Hello, just you at the moment. We've got a few more people jumping in. How you doing? You there?
Hey, Simon,
Hey, you.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. How are things?
Yes, good. Thank you. Things
How's
are
how's business? Where are
they're a
things at the
little
moment?
bit hectic and busy at the moment.
Okay.
So at the moment, I am almost delivering my session targets. They have increased, but I am staying back extra hours still, and I'm just trying to keep up with the tracking, the getting results. I am getting it for one client relatively easily. However, I actually wanted to book a call with you. I'll be for like a good 3 month transformation. I'm planning to quit by June or July. So I'm trying to get as many, I just need to get as many results as possible. So I found three clients who are serious. So for these three, give everything. So I will be setting up a call soon, with
If
how
you
I've
want to
set
go
them
through
up.
some of
And
them
then the
now,
next
we
two
can do. If
calls will basically be this. Sorry?
you want to go through some of them now, we can do.
Sorry, what
If
did you
you
say?
want to go through some of those clients now, we can.
Um, yeah, actually, there is one guy who I do want to go. His name is Shivam.
Okay.
I haven't gotten any, I've just gotten this. One second, sorry. I'm just getting my book out where I have all the programs.
Were you handwriting them?
And yeah, I'm handwriting them so far. My printer wasn't working,
What?
so
But why not use a spreadsheet?
yeah.
It's so much easier.
Because I don't know. I know, no, you're right. It is much easier. I used to use one back in my old gym, but we don't have those over here.
I've given you
So,
one.
yeah, using a cookie.
Your Wi-Fi is
Oh
really
yeah,
bad.
you
Where you
have.
are.
You have, yes.
Yeah. Why aren't you using that then?
1 second.
I think I've got you slightly better now.
Um, okay, 1 second. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
got
should just put it all on that actually. So I
yeah.
can
I
do
say,
that.
why aren't you using that? That's what it's there for.
No, that's what it's there for. You're right. And I should have actually just gotten a tablet and then just recorded everything on that. So I'm handwriting them. So it's actually taking a lot of unnecessary time because I keep everything the same.
Yeah, like let me hold on. Let me show you when this thing loads up, like how quickly you can write a program.
Yeah.
Like, so if I go onto here,
Can you also show me how to make a copy again? I'm sorry.
yeah, of course, no problem. So
This
like if
isn't
I
working.
go, let's say like I find my templates. Well, for God's sake, my Wi-Fi is a bit shaky in here. Um,
Um,
right, wait for it
one
to
second,
load up here.
Simon. I'm just
Go on.
get my I'll just get my laptop as well.
Cool.
Um, yeah, I'll just get my laptop as well so that we can kind of be on the same page.
Yeah.
So yes. So I've got about cool. I'm gonna learn how to make a copy and then you can show me how easy it is to write a program and then I'll have to leave again because I'll have to go for my second shift at work.
Cool. That's cool. So if you
Yeah.
see this here, right? You see on my screen, I've got this master copy.
Yeah.
I click on these three dots, and it brings up this little tab, right?
Yes.
Click make a copy,
Yeah.
right? And then that will make a copy essentially. So then you'll go and edit that and then share it. So I'll show you how to do that from start to finish. So there we go. Now we've got the copy here. See that?
Okay. Could you do that again for me? I'm sorry.
Three dots, make a copy
Okay, three dots.
on the side, and then it says make a copy, click it,
Okay.
right? So
Make a copy. Yeah.
yeah, and then when you've got that copy, you can click the three dots again and click rename. And then I can call it, I don't know, team
Okay.
program. Done.
Okay, so I make a copy from the master sheet from the 3 dots.
Yeah. And then rename it to whoever the client is.
Perfect. Oh, that'll be perfect.
And then from there, hold on, let me get this open. Obviously, you want to change the color, so you can delete the logo in there. You can change the color to whatever you want the
Okay.
color to be. So let's say your branding is red or pink. There you go. Just change,
Okay.
just click on it and change what you need to. And then essentially to build a program, you go on to the program creator. So if you click on these little lines here, you'll show all the hidden tabs. Click on program creator. And then literally just write your program. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So write in whatever you need. Let's say I do split squat. You still there? You're frozen. You got me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, everything just froze for a sec.
Cool. So yeah, so now you've got this up. You click the 3 lines, go into the program creator,
Okay.
right? And then you just write in
Okay.
whatever you want. So let's say I do neutral grip.
Wait, which are the 3 lines again? I'm so sorry about this. I know I sound like
Yeah,
a
see at the
complete
start,
idiot right now.
you see my master copy on the screen here?
Yeah.
The 3 dots here.
Oh,
Make a
okay.
copy. Have you made a copy of one yet?
So I'm just waiting for my laptop to load. It's dead. So
Yeah.
it's in the other room. So I'm charging it in the other room.
Okay, cool. So yeah, make a copy, make the copy, click these again, rename it to whoever you want. Your other room's Wi-Fi is terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I'm in this room.
the other room is terrible Wi-Fi. Yeah, so you've made that.
Yeah, it's terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so you click that, make a copy, then click it. When you get the copy, rename it to the client's name.
Okay.
And then when you're on there, right, you go to these 3 lines
Yeah.
at the bottom left-hand side. Do you see this here?
Yes.
Click the program creator and then write your program in here.
Oh my God, so I can make a copy and then I get the whole thing for each client.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Oh,
then
that
you've
is
got your program.
genius.
So let's say I wanted to do, I don't know, a super squat here.
Yeah.
With 6 to 100 reps.
Yeah.
Right. And then when I've done my program, I click this little arrow and I hide this.
Okay.
And then when I go to phase 1, super squat, 6 to 100 reps, it's all in there. And they
Wait, you
listen.
go, why do you hide it? Why do you hide it? I'm sorry.
This is the actual program itself that they will fill in and you
Okay.
fill in with the weights. Whereas this program creator is like a hidden page where you can literally just write. Let me just hold on. This is like a hidden one where you can have like all your phases in one place. So this is phase 1, day 1, day 2, day 3. This is phase 2, day 1, day 2, day 3, phase 3. So you've got like a year's worth of programs in this one tab. But the client doesn't need to see this. This is overkill. This is like your, like if you watch the stage show, you see the production, you don't see the backstage with all the props.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the props.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
if you see here, so then literally once you've made your program, and let me just put neutral grip pull down again. Black pull down neutral grip, and let's do 10 to 12. So whatever you type in here will be shown in here. So then I can basically just hide the program creator, right? And then I've got the page. I can put the client's name in. I can put the starting body weight. So let's say it's 88 kilos, right? And then I will have, let me just change this for you. So then you can put in, let me just intro, because I've taken that away. So now the 88 kilos up here on the top of this, and then you can literally just start filling it in. You can make your meal plan.
Nice.
It's already set for you. Just change the food sources, and you're good to go.
Oh, perfect.
Way easier than writing it on paper, I promise you.
Yeah, it's way easier because I mean I keep all the stuff the same anyway. And it's literally like a pain to find it and then write it. And I mean it looks more professional on a spreadsheet as well. By the way, did you used to print out programs and write them, get a clipboard at UP, or did you have like a
Oh.
tablet?
No, I use my laptop, or I use a tablet in London and a laptop in Hong Kong.
Okay, no, I was just wondering, like, how did you, like, when you were tracking the weight, did you, like, during the session when you were tracking the weight, did you track it on the,
Yeah, I just went. So
um,
if I used, let's say it was this, is obviously they use a different spreadsheet. I'd be like lat pull down. They do their set. I'll head off to my laptop whilst they're resting and put like 60 kilos for 10 reps or 12 reps, and it's done.
okay, cool. Oh, nice. And where's like week 2 and 3 on this?
Week 2, week 3,
Week
week 4,
1, week
5,
3.
week 6.
Nice. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, so it's all there, all there.
Wow.
Go. You just need to build it and then fill it in. It's like you're trying to write that for every client. It's a pain that you'll want to blow your brains out. It's a pain in the backside.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like blowing my brains out right now, in fact.
Yeah. You're making it way more difficult than it needs to be. Just use the spreadsheet, and you won't have to pay any money on an app.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, that is absolutely perfect because I'm just like I have to computerize everything. I have to make it more professional. Because now I'm known as the trainer who tracks because I'm the only person who tracks.
Oh, that says a lot about the trainers where you are. And I tell you what, then when you're done, when you finish this, by the way, when you've made the program, click this share button
Okay.
here. You see this top right hand
Yeah.
share,
Yeah.
and then go anyone, click to anyone with the link, can
Okay.
edit, copy link, and send that to your client.
Okay.
And then they can fill in the log on their own time.
Oh, nice, nice. Oh, then yeah, perfect. That's better than just asking them to, because I mean, getting them to do it on the spreadsheet, it'll be way easier.
And then you can look at it with them each session.
Yeah, I could look at it with them each session, and I can also have them fill in the RPEs.
Yes. Awesome. Perfect. Chemo, how are you doing, man? You look very intellectual. Your glasses look better than mine.
I ran out of contact lenses. So
I think it's a good look. You've initially
This
added
is
like
what-
20 IQ points by adding glasses. It didn't work for me.
mate,
It worked for you.
I wish that was the case.
How you been?
Yeah, not bad, man. Where are you? You're not at home. There's no
I'm not at the
skeleton,
office. No. So every
no
at the
pointing
moment,
at your cameras.
yeah, I haven't got it today. So I'm currently in the cut gym in London.
Simon, I'll still be on, but I'm signing off the video because I have to start getting ready.
Cool, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm at the cut gym in London, so I go there every Thursday to run education for their team. So
Cool.
which is good fun. So at the moment it's every other week, but it's going to go back to every week at some point. So I'll see how this goes. I might move the roundtables to Tuesday so I can stay in my office and have all the whiteboard stuff available. And it's not I don't know if this time works for like the new crop of people as well as the last crop of people. So I'll see. But yeah, how's things with you?
Yeah, good. Fairly steady month, really. Actually, I've been really demotivated this month, but doing a lot of education. So obviously doing all the pre-script stuff.
How's that going?
It's good. It's good. The lectures with Jordan, the guy he's clearly very, very intelligent.
Yeah.
And just talks too fast.
Yeah.
So I have to take notes and pause. I could no way do one of those lectures live. James McIntosh, I understand a lot better.
I like James Mack. Like, I'm very much, I said this to Kane the other day. He was saying about Kassem. He's like, he's so clever and he talks in big words and he goes off on one. And I was like, I consider myself the translator for these guys. Like, I could break down Jordan and Cass speak into English. But these guys are, like, both of them are incredible. But like Jordan's obviously got a medical background from being a chiropractor as well. So his level of anatomy knowledge is out of this world. But he doesn't necessarily always know how to like break that down into simple, stupid. He'll go off.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I just wonder if he's like doing it just because it's more like intellectual masturbation as opposed to I want to teach people.
I certainly feel that way with Cassim. Less so these days, but because I think he wanted to stand out. I think Jordan he's super excited about it. Like he truly loves it, and I don't think he can stop himself. Like and like you listen to him on the podcast, like you listen to him on any topic, even if it's out of fitness, he will just go off. He just loves to chat and he loves to go on stories, and I just think he doesn't really know where to stop.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want to run me through this? Like as I said, like we can try and work it out. I mean, I'll hold my hands up and say postpartum nutrition isn't my thing. But
Yeah.
come up with at least some things that are in our remit to advise on, and then decide where we need to, if we need to refer out.
Yeah, I mean, basically, she is overweight, so she definitely wants to lose. It's not just baby weight because she was overweight before the pregnancy. So she definitely wants to lose weight. So I'm trying to figure out you have extra calories when you're breastfeeding. So I don't know whether getting her I mean obviously not an aggressive 10 calories per pound deficit would be suitable. But I think maybe just a small deficit that's closer to maintenance.
And if you think about it as well, like there's an element, you certainly don't want a big deficit while someone's breastfeeding. I would absolutely argue that. But I also think like, where was the diet beforehand? Right? Because the stuff that's going to make the difference, unfortunately for her, in terms of it's a weird thing to sound a call, but the quality of the breast milk and the nutrition is probably what she was doing in the run up to having a baby more than it, and probably run up to that more than it was what she's doing now. So you could probably get away with a small deficit, but like you want to focus on nutrient density. You might even do what I might consider doing, and then just taper her expectations in terms of like, whilst you're breastfeeding, let's just make sure health's the priority, get you in a good space hormonally, and then we can ramp it up down the line of like maybe put them at close to maintenance and then try and get her activity up as much as she can around like looking after the little one. That's probably where I would go. Just so like you're not playing around with nutrition so much.
Yeah. And tied to that, there's another client that I've got just taking on today who is I guess menopausal.
Okay.
So any considerations that I need to factor in terms of how they move? I went through some of like Shan's lectures, so understanding the hormonal changes and how they affect joint laxity, etc., during various parts of the cycle. Things like that. And took away some of the points when it came to training the core, basically talking about how women do need to do a lot more targeted core work than men. So I've actually got like a template written for ladies, but I want to know if that also applies to menopausal women and if there's any extra consideration to training and nutrition.
So from training, for the most part, most of it will stay the same, right? Like a lot of training in the session considerations is going to be structure related. So it's going to be things like looking at Q angle, right? But some women are going to be more straight and down, some women are going to be wider. That's not going to change for the menopause. There is an element here if someone's going through menopausal symptoms that their recovery may not be as good as what it was previously. And because of the hormonal differences, weight loss may be a little bit slower than it was previously. So those things are just things to bear in mind. But you'll like post menopause, often you can go more aggressive with the diet. But like during it, like there's going to be lots of changes as estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone do this. Essentially, you're going to see big change in water retention. So you definitely want to be looking at things like measurements with them rather than just like scale weight as the metric. Focus on the process more than necessarily the outcome here. And then just monitor recovery. It doesn't necessarily change. Like a lot of this stuff, when you understand the underpinning principles, a lot of this stuff doesn't change depending on demographic. It's just understanding the types of situations where recovery is going to be compromised and just be more on the lookout for signs that, ooh, we're going too far. You know what I mean? Like, it's like with someone with like a low thyroid output, for example. I know that's different, but like someone with a low thyroid output, the dieting process doesn't change, but we just need to be more aware that we're doing someone harm, right? And they may need to go more aggressive, right, at certain points and pull back more at other points. Same sort of rules apply here, if that makes sense. It's just sort of like knowing, okay, we're pushing someone too hard. And the rule, other than cycle, which will be sporadic anyway, we're going to be looking at things like fatigue, sex drive will go up and down anyway. We're going to be looking at recovery between sessions, stuff like that. Cold hands and feet, particularly, that sort of stuff.
All right, cool.
Other than that, I don't think there's anything dramatic that you would need to change. It's just supporting them through this time, because again, it's all, and it also, and here's another thing. Whilst we can learn everything about menopausal training, as a male trainer helping a woman go through the menopause, we will never know what that feels like. So there's just an element of like being there, getting on calls, don't talk in absolutes, work with them, and just be there, because they've never been through it either. It's an unknown for you, and it's an unknown for them.
Yeah, got you. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sweet. Anything else particularly you want to go through here before I let James take the floor?
I'll have a think whilst James is talking.
Cool. James, how's it going, man? You all right?
Yo, dude, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad. How's 2024 treating you? How's the clients getting along?
Fucking dog shit. No,
Right, cool. We've got some stuff to talk about.
I'm not going to be too negative. No, I've had a bit of a rough year so far. Well, not a rough year. Just I had to, like, over this last week or so, I had to leave my house and then come back to another house. It's been, like too many distractions going on. Which is like kind of thrown me a little bit. And then client wise, there's some of them that I'm doing really, really well, and then there's just like that one that I'm really still struggling with. The one we were talking about. And,
yeah, she had a good upshift, right, since we last spoke.
Well, yeah. That's so. So I got on a call with her, like we discussed last time. I went through everything, broke everything down, highlighted obviously a few things with leakage, calories and stuff like that. Done a week's worth of proper solid, rewrote a meal plan to stick to. And the calories I put it to, she's 133 in weight pounds, and I put it to 1,400 calories per day. So quite an aggressive deficit around that side. Then I got her to send me meal pictures, every single meal. Checked, obviously, I work in Kahuna, so all her nutrition comes through to me, exactly what she's done. And she's like stuck to it. Like, really, all the pictures are mint. Her work ethic's great. She was doing more cardio than I prescribed, which then obviously I just told her to pull back on that because she was doing way too much.
And food weights was in grams, it wasn't in cups or spoons.
No, it was in grams, mate. Everything's in grams. She sent me pictures of it, and I've like looked at it, and I've even zoomed in and gone fucking
good.
So everything to my eyes looks in a good place. The only thing that she did sneak in, which she openly put, but she even put it into she additionally put it into the plan, was like she'd have the odd Starbucks because she works in an office environment and they all have these daily fucking Starbucks and she's addicted to Starbucks. But
the thing with things like that, right? Like, it's like, yeah, I said this to Lorenzo yesterday. Our job is to be a detective, not a dictator.
Yeah.
When we look at, like, I used to be like to try and micromanage. Like, no, it's not optimal. Your diet must be perfect. It must be 117.6 grams of chicken. It can't be like whatever. Well, what's the fucking fridge raiders, right? But then I was like, if someone is losing weight at my target rate and there's a glass of wine in there or a latte in there, why the fuck would I make it harder for them than I needed to? Right? We've gone so far the other way where coaches are just saying, fit all the food you like in. I'm like, oh, hold on back a bit, because me trying to fit in Domino's pizzas and anabolic wraps is going to make my diet fucking horrible because I'll be so hungry. But pretty much there, and she has a latte a day, as long as she caters for it, and she's on top of it, she's proactive, and she's not putting a small latte when she means a large, and she's putting in all of them. We're good.
Do you know what, Sam? I ended up fucking doing that. I was like going, fucking lattes. So then I started like even digging into lattes and going through all the days and going, when she had these lattes, right. So what does Kahuna's calorie count it at? You know, like, because their apps, it's not fucking precise compared, you know what I mean? They're just updating Kahuna, so not like as good as like MyFitnessPal or what's your one beginning with C?
Chronometer.
There's another fucking. Yeah, that's it. It's not as good with calories as that. It's just a
Even
good.
so, none of them are. Like the key thing to
No.
remember with calorie counting, like this is where you see people on Diary of a CEO saying calories are rubbish because they put calories and calorie counting as a similar thing when they're not. And we were like, the food labels are off 20 to 40%. You know, so this is why the importance for most clients of finding a break glass in case of emergency diet. So like, by that I mean it's like if shit hits the fan, what is the samey diet they fall back on? Right. I'll use Chemo as an example here, right? Because you don't know Chemo here, but he's shredded all year fucking round, right? So
He doesn't look shredded. Do you know what I mean? To be fair, mate, I was looking at. I was like, "Fucking, I look shredded."
mate, you've seen nothing. He's fucking diced, right? And
I
like,
can tell.
natural guy, strong as fuck. But I bet if I followed him around for the day, other than like special occasions or nights out, I bet he eats roughly the same thing every single day. It's autopilot.
go.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
So like fine, like so even if MyFitnessPal is never going to be perfectly accurate because it's crowdsourced for one, food labels are off 20 to 40% for others. There's still good, no matter how good you are eyeballing portions, there's still going to be discrepancies that you miss. The key thing is here is like fine if they're trying to do something completely different every day, the chance of being accurate are slim and none. Whereas if it's like, right, okay, if I have a Starbucks latte and 100 grams of, I don't know, beef, whether that beef is 200 calories or 400 calories, it doesn't matter because I'm getting the beef from the same place every single day. So this is the reason why, like, it's like as long as you're kind of like, most people don't go, I'm gonna get the beef from Waitrose on Monday and Tesco's on Tuesdays and Sainsbury's on Wednesday and Lidl on Thursdays. They get the shop from the same place. So it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. It just matters, here is baseline, here's what it is. And this is why I think people should not get caught up on the calorie number so much. I think, oh, below 1600 is bad. Well, they could be perfectly tracking 1600 and it still be 1900. It's just like, where's the baseline? And if they have a regular diet, start to pull from that. So we can go, cool, we need to remove 300 calories. Would you rather me pull it from your carbs at dinner or would you rather get rid of the lattes? And then it's up to her. She might go, I fucking love the lattes. And okay, cool. You happy to take carbs out of dinner? Yeah. Now, is it as optimal? No, I'd rather get rid of the lattes. But if the lattes are the thing that gives her joy in life, then that's cool. We'll run that until she's hungry enough to go, fucking hell, can I have the carbs back at dinner? These lattes aren't worth it anymore. But she's come to that conclusion as opposed to you going, that's what I think should go. Because if I told you what to take out from your diet day, you'd be like, fuck off, Simon. Whereas you went, fuck, I'm so hungry. I don't want the liquid shit. You've come to that decision. It's much easier to do.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, sorry, carry on.
Like, we the first week we fully tracked it. So it's been like two and a half weeks or that. So we fully tracked it. Scale weight still didn't really go down or anything. Then literally she checked it on the Friday. Scale weight still hadn't really fucking moved. And then we dropped like 1.5 pounds or something like that in scale weight. Visually, you know, I've got over the visuals and not massively changing or anything like that since we started. Sorry?
Waist circumference?
Waist is, oh God, let me fucking go back over it. I think she put it in centimeters.
That could be too big one because if she's a complete beginner in the gym and she trains hard.
It's not yet. That's not changed either. And I know her fingers haven't changed.
She had an initial drop when you started weighing the food, right?
Yeah, she had like I say, we did the first week and nothing really changed. No, so what happened was we had the first week, we dropped to like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Then she had Mother's Day, which obviously I said to all my clients because the females like, fucking enjoy Mother's Day. Don't you dare all start fucking calorie counting when your family's taking you out for dinner and, you know, all that sort of stuff and shit. Just enjoy the fucking day. So she did that and she obviously bloated the next day and put on like 2 or 3 pounds of weight, which I thought would have just like come straight back off and over the next course of the week. Didn't lose that all week.
Because you messaged me saying she lost 3 pounds initially. So did she lose 3 pounds, have Mother's Day, gain 3 pounds, and then it's stagnated?
Yeah, so it stayed. So then it stayed. So like literally, we've gone from there. So let me just go through on the phone. So we
Like-
dropped down to 3-1. Then it's gone to 1-3-4 on the Monday, 1-3-3, 1-3-4, 1-3-4,
How old is she?
1-3-4. She's
You're gonna put a 20. Okay, cool. So we can take out menopause.
about
Um,
30, maybe early 30s. I
No,
think
so, energy's fine.
and she seems all right.
Recovery in the gym's good.
Coverage in the gym's okay.
Not particularly cold. Like
No, nothing shit.
cycle.
There's nothing like shitty or anything like that.
Yeah.
So and then we've like stuck at that fucking weight, and then literally we dropped again the day after check-in because she was like, "Well, I'm not dropping," and I said, "I'm not dropping your calories yet. We're not doing anything yet. Just like you're doing. She like goes on hikes on Sunday, stuff like that. So like a step count's fucking huge. So all that's there. Cardio, she was doing like 45 minutes 4 times a day on a Stairmaster and stuff like that. So the cardio was not like no cardio. And I'd only put her at like 25 minutes just to like, because obviously a hike.
Sleep.
So again, sleep.
Sleep.
No sleep. So after that conversation, I got a tracking of sleep, and then she app, and she was sending me pictures of her sleep. So her sleep is, if I go through her data, you're looking at sleep.
And just to take out the obvious, by the way, when she had that spike after Mother's Day, did she continue to send you pictures of food after that?
I get them, mate. I fucking get them every. So even.
So it's not that she hit the fuck it button because she's gained 3 pounds.
Oh, mate, honestly, she's like fucking. When
Saturday,
I say
Sunday?
so when I say Saturday, Sunday, mate, every single day, I'm getting.
I can't see him properly, but I can imagine. Yeah, I can. Okay, cool.
That's all.
Cool. Yeah, it could be a blurry screen, but I can get those pictures on there.
I've got it on blur, so every single day, you know what I mean? And like she'll send me a weight and then a sleep as well, so she's tracking a sleep. Even like when she goes on a hike, she's putting like a banana and all that sort of shit on a picture of her fucking thingies, and everything is like there, but we're just not dropping. And I know we shouldn't get fucking caught up on the scale weight and all that sort of stuff, but nothing's moving whatsoever. And I'm at 1,000. She's at 1,400 calories. I haven't done a training day, non-training day split. I've just been straight across the board.
I mean, the question here is what's the difference between pre-Mother's Day, where she all of a sudden started dropping weight, and post-Mother's Day, where she stopped again? What's changed?
Nothing changed, and I don't like even like this is what's really. I've even booked on another call today, so I was looking. I was like, when you put that on this morning, I thought, that's fucking fortunate, because I've booked to have another chat with her, because I don't know whether to, she's not feeling shitty, she's not feeling crappy or anything like that, and I just don't like. I'm not one for really fucking screwing females and putting them down to fucking really low calories. I
She's 133 pounds.
She's what pounds, and I've got a 1.4.
Okay.
And like her activity levels, so I've got her on now because she was doing 45 minutes. I pulled the cardio back to 3 sessions. I know.
She's 60 kilos. She's light.
So I'm just one of these, like, is it, it's, do I push her down to 1? I was thinking, do I push her down to
2 seconds? 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're already.
Yes, yeah, I'm not Stephen, so I don't know where he is. He might be in the back, but I can leave it me if you want. Yeah. Sorry. Delivery for the gym.
And I'm thinking, do I do low and high training days? Keep it 1.4 training days, put it to 1.2 on non-training days.
You could do.
And then obviously I've got to then support her hiking day. So she does a hiking day every single Saturday, and the last thing I want to do is start fucking, putting her really low calories on a hiking day where she's up in the hills, and like, it's a lot of calories burnt doing hiking. I wouldn't want to see her.
Yeah, I think here's the big thing, right? Like I'm a very, 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 as you know how I teach this stuff, I'm a very big firm believer of health first, but I think coaches worry too much about it and actually don't do what's necessary sometimes. She's at 1'4", she's 60 kilos. She's got room to move. So like I've had girls that small that end up on 1,000, just under 1,000.
I'm not, mate. I know one of my other
fine.
clients as well, and I was thinking, like, but then I thought Michelle, she was like 132 in weight, and we was down to we was running at 1.2 calories on that because we'd come all the way down to there.
And there's a difference, right? You just got. I think you run with what you've got. So like we've got to assume here, right? With this, so you've got a couple of options here. You could trial both. You could try a diet break, pull back the cardio completely, have a relax a bit, give her some extra food for like 3 to 5 days, and then pull a drop on her, right? So then you cover both of your bases, right? And it also makes the drop feel a little bit more like positive when you have more food prior, right?
Yeah.
Or and that's probably what I would do. I give a little bit of a diet break, pull cardio from the diet break, let the food do the job, and then go into a drop. And then with regards to the drop, I would pull some rest day first.
Leave the food at 1.4 and just take the cardio out.
I'd maybe give her a little bit more food as well.
Put it up to like 1.6.
Maybe. I think like again, you could depends how brave you are with it. Like what would roughly be the low end of maintenance for her? And she might gain a bit of weight, but like you're not going to gain fat in a couple of days.
When we started, I pushed her up to just over 2,000. See, this is the fucking thing. Like when she started me, she was doing about 1.6 or something like that, but it was all over the place. Obviously, we weren't tracking it properly. So I pushed her up to there enough, like 2,000 calories for a few weeks, and we still weren't. So it was on 2,000. We still weren't losing. We still weren't like gaining massive weight when we.
Okay, then stick her up at that for 3 to 5 days. That 2,100 is probably her maintenance. So
yeah,
like,
that's why I had about 2,000, but she was struggling to get to it. So I was trying to push her up higher, and she was getting to like 1.9, 2,000, and she was like, I'm struggling to get the food. I was like, don't force feed it. Don't, you know what I mean? I don't want you feeling shitty because you're like, no fucking feels. I said, but try to get to them fingers and utilizing,
stick her at 1,900 to 2,000 for like 3 days, 3 to 5 days. Bring back the cardio, and then pull it back in and push her, and go back to, let's say, like where you're at now, 1,400 for training days. Drop a little bit to like 1,200 on rest days, and then see where she goes from there. That's personally what I would do. And then like as regards to the hike and stuff like that, again, it's like there's an element of keep 1,400 on the days where she does a hike, but also understand whereas hikes are hard, they're not hard. Like you don't need tons of glucose to walk up a hill.
No, it is. So that's just me with with stuff like I sort of see it as a high energy expenditure day. So I like to try and
but look at the stimulus.
My head. Yeah, true.
Like you're not running off carbohydrates to go for a big walk, man. You're running off fats, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, true.
Like so like again, there's a limit. If you take her so far down that if she's so hungry after the hike that she decides to just like eat everything at the restaurant afterwards. There's an adherence side of this, but like, and then at some point, bear in mind, if she wants to get really lean. I don't know how lean she is already. If she wants to get really lean, the hikes might just have to suck for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, it's probably just me thinking I'm a bit too scared to push her too hard to make her feel like shit. Because I know what it's like when you're dieting, and I've got a fucking mate who's dieting who's like, he's my size. He's like what my size now, so he's about 180, 190. And his coach has got him because he's got fat. He's got a couple of weeks till he does a photo shoot, and he's on like 1,600, 1,700 calories himself. And I'm like, fucking hell, mate.
I finished diets on 1,100.
I was like, shit the bed. So, and he's way heavier than what she is, and he's on near enough virtually the same calories. So I finished diets on 1,100 calories before. I'm a 2,000 calorie man. I'm not going below that.
Have you been Dick Skin Lee?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I got my last coach, and to be fair, he didn't have it in calories. We just did meal plans. But when I worked out the calories, it was, I think I was about 1,800 on non-training days, and I think about 2,000 on training days, something like that. But I was feeling it then. I was
and again, she might not want to be, but take something from the bodybuilding world, right? If you want, I've been lean enough where you can see the fibers in my cheeks My
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
hurt when I walked because I had no body fat on my feet left. Right? Like no one wants to get that lean, but to get that lean, it's not.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not meant to be healthy. But it doesn't mean it means it has to be ridiculously unhealthy. Like
Yeah.
pushing to the best shape of your life requires temporarily pushing harder than you would like to spend the rest of the year.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I think I've got no harm in push. And even if you want to be healthy, there is something to be said for pushing people for a short period of time and backing off. Like
That's what
people talk about
that's-
fasting, the big long fasts and the health benefits and of autophagy of long fasts. Yet people, I've had people go, oh, I do 3 to 5 day fasts, and then go, you should never take a client below 600 calories. You've been doing no calories.
yeah, that's not saying it. That's the crazy world we live in, isn't it? It's
So
like
there's no harm in the pushing isn't the problem. The duration of the push is. So if a
That's-
client needs a push them.
that's what I was thinking. I was literally similar to what I wasn't going to push her back up. To be fair, I was like literally just going to go drop her for 2 weeks to 1-2 for the next 2 weeks just to see.
Mhm.
I think you know what it is. It's more I want to do it for her confidence because she's grafting her arse off. She's doing everything that she needs to do, and I know we shouldn't get caught up in the scale weight, but it's very hard to describe that to someone when they're fucking caught up in the scale weight, and they are. And she does put some positive things on, like she's in the group, you know, don't get caught up on the scale weight, and she even put on there this morning. You know,
To cut through, James, if I had to give you one potentially too brutal piece of advice, you
Yeah,
get
go on.
way too caught up on your client's feelings.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah.
You get
And
caught up in trying to be the friend, right?
Yeah,
Look at the data, look at what it's showing you. And if it's not dropping, always take clients' food doses with a pinch of salt, like no matter how good the pictures are, and go, cool. It doesn't matter if she's saying she's on 14 and she's on 18, which means I either go 12 to get her lower than 14, or I put her at 12 because she's actually eating 16 and that's now lower than 18. Right? If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
take
of course.
food away from her, what might change? She might take out the sneaky cookies she's not telling you about, replace them with more chicken because she's hungry. Ergo, bigger calorie drop than what you put on paper, right? Like, so
Yeah.
it's removing the emotion side of this thing because it's like if you can only help what people tell you. So if she's telling you she's on it, you work off the data she's got, and that's both ways. So the data you've got, not losing at 1400, so you drop. And the data you've got is there's no issues with pushing her because health-wise, the data you're given is that she is fine. So you have no reason not to push in either direction.
Yeah, she's not like if she was turning around to me saying like daily, I feel like shit, or a daily, you know, a daily habit checker that she sends me like sleep, all these feelings, but she's not, because I know what it feels like. You know, it feels like going through a diet and and stuff like
You
that.
can't assume that that's what your client's going to feel like. If you go in with the mentality that because you found it hard, that the client's going to find it hard, that'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I say to my clients,
Yeah.
I know dieting's really tough. I know it's tricky. Don't worry about it. It's hard. Their clients are going to go, oh yeah, it's really difficult. I'm really fucking struggling. I'm so hungry. And there's a time and a place for like when she's grinding away going, cool, it's hard, but it's worth it. But if you make this sound like this is a horrible thing to do to somebody,
I don't ever
they will
say
think
that. I never come across never put that across. I'm just looking for like markers that would be telling me that she's really struggling, but there is nothing. So I was like thinking, don't push her up at all, and just from today. Well, it's a check-in tomorrow, so I was just going to say, right, check-in tomorrow, because that's why I put the call for today. So it's like, let's discuss it all today. Let's iron it all out. Let's bottom everything out where we're at, and then I was literally just going to put her that down further and say, look, we're going to run this for 2 to 3 weeks, and let's see what it happens with just doing that for 2 weeks. And then obviously I should see something happen within 2 weeks, and if we do, then sound. But that's what, so that's pretty much where I was at with it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. The biggest thing I say, work off data.
Yeah,
like
and that's
you don't make change because you're worried that something might happen. It's like you don't even know. You have no idea what's going to happen. So
exactly.
And your client's not going to explode if her calories go too low. You can always go, oh god, I feel like shit. Okay, cool, let's go back up. And sometimes you have to feel like shit. like this is what hard feels like. This like, are you a bit hungry? Cool, you're dieting. Like, what did you expect?
It's what I know. I've talked to a fucking the girl I'm seeing, like she's dieting, but I'm not doing it for her or anything like that. She's like going, oh, I feel. I'm like, oh, what do you expect? Like, it's just shit, isn't it? I was like, well, yeah, it's not great. You might feel a little bit hungry from time to time when you're dieting. That's the idea of dieting, so your body starts.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens if you
Yeah.
get hungry. Nothing. Like it's fine. You move past it. Like every emotion. Like you never feel happy for the rest of your life or sad for the rest of your life. Emotions pass. Hunger passes. Right. If
Yeah.
you're starving, if you're absolutely starving, you are not. And again, this is extreme, but we're not truly hungry unless you're running for broccoli.
But
Like if you only like if I gave you food and you went, nah, I want cookies. You're not really hungry. You want cookies. Now, I'm not saying that that's not a consideration. We don't need to consider that because cravings suck. But it's a different conversation.
Yeah, I do that. I always do like the apple test. I'm like, if you're fucking hungry, and I said here's an apple, you'd eat the apple? Whereas if you say, oh, I'm kind
But
of hungry,
that is a last resort because if you start with that line,
no, I don't
you
start
make
with that.
guys think, oh, that needs to be. I can get a cookie and get a cookie.
I did it to a partner where she went, so I was like, there's hunger and there's fucking hunger. Hunger's in the pit of your stomach. Hunger is different than just saying you're hungry. It's a total different ball game because it's sort of, you're like, no. I was like, right, okay. And I literally did that. I went, here, threw an apple and eat that then.
Yeah.
She went, oh, I don't feel like an apple.
There you go.
I'm fucking hungry, am I?
Yeah. Kimo, is there anything you'd add to this client? Anything that from listening in that you think, oh, have you considered this?
I mean, I've only just been picking up bits, but I think the main thing I would say is your father. I think some coaches who just completely lack empathy, but you're like at the you're at the other end where you're like, oh, I just don't want to mess with the feelings, or I know what it feels like. Just test it and then see how she reacts first. Get that data first, and then maybe cut the calories low. And like Simon said, he's been on 1,100 calories, and he's a bloke. So you said she's on 1,400, right?
1,400 throughout the course of the week. No training day, no up or lower, like no high.
Yeah, I'll certainly just play around with that. I mean, you've definitely got. I mean, 1,200 is a demonized number for some reason.
I know,
but some girls, it's completely acceptable.
Yeah.
Fuck about and find out.
Give it a go.
Fuck about and find out.
Yeah. That's literally what I was going to do. I was literally going today. I was like, right, okay, we've tried everything else. I've got all the data I can possibly get from doing what we've done. There's no other place now to go, if you know what I mean. I can't do any, like, if we want to start seeing it move, then I'm going to have to come down. That's what I was literally going to do. I was literally going to pull it down.
Coaches also assume they know what the client's wanting before they ever ask them what they're wanting. Like I've dealt with people, you see a lot of it now in the fitness industry where like they project their own insecurities around food on social media. Like they'll go, it's all about fitting in pizza and calories and don't give yourself an eating disorder. And I'm like, most people have too much processed food. They could probably do with more restriction. Can we stop making it seem like your bodybuilding issues is going to be the same for Mary from Slough? I think it's the same thing. Like we've got clients that maybe have gone without sleep for 5-6 days to push their business forward. And you're assuming that they don't want to push. Like these people are driven people. Like you might go you might go, oh God, this is maybe a bit harsh. You might find it difficult. And you may go, hey, are you up for like pushing for 200-300 calories more? And she might go, yeah, let's fucking do it. And she might even be excited about the prospect, which you haven't even opened the possibility to unless you ask her. So it's like these, as Kimo said, it's like there's empathy, but there's assertive empathy. You're still there to help them do a job, and that means pushing them out of their comfort zone at times. And like like to give you an idea here, like Kimo started working with SMU in June last year, and and he exactly the same boat. He get in this to help people. He's a fucking nice guy. Right, and he wanted to help, and like these are the conversations I had with him 7-8 months ago, and he's got a number of clients to photo shoots, and he uses data, and he's helped more people.
That's it.
But he's helped more people by being able to like go right, like here's the data I've got. I can only work with that. Let's push, and know when to push and know when to pull. But like, don't get in your own way by being worried about it.
That's probably what it is. It's probably I've got in my own way with it, and then because I've not seen the traction, I've I feel like I've knocked my own confidence with it, if that makes sense. I'm like going, fucking hell, what you're not doing, and you shit, and you know when you like kind of you do get in your own way because you're not seeing someone who's, you know, I've got a client who really don't give a fuck, if that makes sense. They're like they're here and there, and you know, they're working, but they're not doing all the training sessions and all that sort of stuff. And I get it because of the lifestyle and that, but she's getting results. It's like I'm like, fucking hell.
Part of the job as well.
Madness.
I have 2 clients now. I don't really work with actually any clients anymore. I have 2 clients, and one of them is going through sort of like a slight early menopause. She's stressed. She's starting a new job. She's bouncing between her mum's house and her house, and she's not losing despite apparently being on 1,400 calories. She's a big, muscly Asian woman, right? I've gotten her shredded twice. I've gotten up to 147 kilo deadlift off the floor. I know how this woman responds, so I can sit there and go, oh, I'm a terrible coach because she's not. But I also realize her check-ins are less worthy and more sporadic than they used to be. She's missing days in a tracker. I see the signs that she's super stressed with a new job. I see the signs that what I'm seeing on my check-ins isn't reality. So I could choose to go, oh, why am I a bad coach? Why? Or I could go, cool, she's not telling me the story. I'm there to support her. And when she's ready to tell me the whole picture, I'll solve that problem. Right? And
similar to another one of my clients, Claire. She's same boat. She's fucking working here, there, and everywhere. She's going through the menopause. She's stressed to fuck. She's doing all this sort of stuff, and you know, and she wants these results, but again, you know, she like and literally she's not done none of the daily tracking. And I just messaged this morning saying, "Hey, how we doing? Are we all good? How are we getting on and stuff like that?" And then she's like, you know, sent me a message this morning saying, "Yeah, I've had a shit week so far," and that's absolutely fine, but. You know, we've had that conversation about expectation of results.
Well, exactly.
Of like, you know what I mean? So she's pretty clear. Like, I was like, that's absolutely fine. You just let me know when, you know, you're good and you're in a place that we can really dial it in and so forth. But, you know, anything you need from me in the meantime, just give me a shout. But I'm not going to, I understand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like people, and I'll leave you guys with this, right? Whenever you have a client that is on a big deficit and apparently not losing weight, we cannot make mass from nowhere. You cannot make tables without wood. You cannot make computers without glass and electronics and things like this, right? You can't make muscles without fibers, and without energy, nothing is made. So if you think, oh, well, what's going on here? Well, there's too much going in. Now, there's a million ways why too much is going in. There could be an impact of what's going out, right? Yeah. Which could be movement, or it could be things below the BMR level here, which, you know, I teach and try and work on. But at the end of the day, it boils down to this. If someone is not losing weight, the energy in part of the equation is more than the energy out part of the equation. And then you've got, what are the tools to do this? Now, we could look at moving more, right? So this brings up this, but it does it this way. We can increase BMR by working on somebody's health and sleep and recovery, which might do a bigger jump here, right? But that's going to take time, right? And that's something you do in the background. What's the easiest thing to do? That is the easiest thing to do. We can talk about hormones how you like, and that's great, and I do. But at the end of the day, we're in a world where people move less and are more sedentary, and food is more easily accessible, and calories are hidden in everything. The reason why people are overweight 99.9% of the time is because they can buy something this big that's got 1,000 calories in it. So that's the thing to work on. And this is why people don't know how many calories they're on, because it's like, oh, when someone says I don't eat much and I can't lose weight, it's because they don't eat much. They're not lying.
Not lying.
Calories are in not much.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And they're mindless. So like, your job is to make clients very aware of their food and to try and find the samey routine. And once you've found that, take the calorie number out of the equation and just be like, right, here's that food. Like, again, as I said, we said earlier on, the using example of Chemo, eating the same thing every day. I could probably help Chemo get to his goals without ever mentioning the word calorie. Why?
Yeah.
It's his diet, add a potato, add some brown chocolate dextrin, take out some olive oil, take out some whatever, right? Like, I never had to mention calories because regardless, it eats the same.
Yeah.
You're just going to get your clients to.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Hopefully that's been useful.
Amazing, mate.
If there's
Thank
anything
you.
else, drop me a
Good to
message.
meet you, Timo. Good to
Yeah,
meet you,
yeah.
mate.
Likewise, mate. Good one.
You going on the
Cheers.
power hour now, Simon?
Not today because I'm at the gym, but I'll catch you
All right.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in. I'll speak to you soon, then, dude.